I don't lay bokutin at table. Bokutin go don't pass na your radar. Usai touch you. Eh? Or Usai you feel say, no. And one day, I don't know, but let it pass no more. It's all it's in the way we lay. Usai you want touch. Tem do reach for make we begin for bring calm we panelists them on board. Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir. Waiting are you summary for today?
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers them. And thanks to the time we don't for couple up all this for the week. Me waiting on for cinema the whole week. Just want to look say the question what they ask if it is na professionals and then the government or na constitutional politicians them. Because if you look at Africa now, especially Salon, you will find out the development in any area it will come when everything become constitutional. What I mean by that, if people work with the minds of voting laws they say in terms of the right way would they for treat their own citizens, you will find out the development and the economy in terms of infrastructural development, it will go before. You know, it will be like something with an imaginary thing at the minds of civilians then. Because once civilians then begin they look at development, say nothing when a imaginary thing, not a thing what would they see in reality, a thing what would they see say they help with life for life will change. Then they see say it creates a kind of unsettled mind, anxiety. It creates a kind of mentality inside the people in mind. And then you say before they introduce the idea, you find out say your mental state is different from humanity and they look into your own self-personal thing. Because when you look at the politicians then, sometimes you go say, now more of professional politicians, then they try for so more of voting people they don't learn in a classroom and forget about waiting then they do as a job where they ask them for doing as politicians. So in other words, they don't become constitutional politicians, they are more professional politicians. Because whenever something they come inside a constitution or something where they come for sale or put together, what then they do, then they always derail and pass their own path. And you will find out, say, civilians, they always they say, how we go able to get this information, where we go access, follow we go know, waiting day inside this Kotukuya. But you will find out, say, most of the time, like, now the barrier the day. Because you will find out that the only report, they see similar things, they happen. The access and freedom of information and the first for them bring this to law or let people and go try and adapt to that, they go see what people and they do, it not the work. It just they go slow. And then you will see the long speech where you be able to give about somebody in your own view about waiting the development partners and they do, waiting donor partners and they do, waiting the other United Nations and these people that they do. Then you will find out say you will see say the coordination between all ends in there, it happened from prehistoric thing that wouldn't happen for long. And then when people in the camp for say now law can't develop, una get the ground for do what we need for do. And then when they bring this for let una can't do inside this ground now una want for develop or the playing field of politics. And then you will find out say most times politicians then instead of them they look say well like this we go sit down we look. And they believe what the people that they get is different from their own way where they look. So then they try to take us in a passionate way where they want to develop their own method of development. So it becomes more of a passional idea instead of then they go to waiting, they say, now so then for do for letting you go before. Because in any area, you always got a pathway. You get a roadmap. You get something where they lead you for let you go do something. But when you come, they say, make a try some ideas. Based on me own knowledge what I get, then you dey see say you dey become more professional. Now your own job what you do, and a politician you build When you therefore let you go able for go manage a system wherein you go no say it run for let you go run the way it for run. Because when you go an administration, you're not a ministerial somebody, or you're a diplomatic somebody, or you're an agency, and then you will begin to say this job na so for performance. But because you go there with you on sabi, you know they go with the waiting the law or waiting the constitution or waiting then demand you or waiting the rules them say for saying that so and therefore do la go get for produce something. You will find out say that one day and in because all this development for let you know go. And you see say many times I have learned say the corruption where they do in Africa, especially in Sierra Leone, now the donor partners there and the NGOs then they contribute towards the development of that process day for let it go come to in the corruption of itself. They're not going to try for put them to accountability. They're not going to try for letting go where I'm for say waiting would they put is it equivalent to the input? I mean the output where they come from waiting we plan for put equal to waiting we put for log again waiting people they want. You go see say they say well then people they are supposed to see. Some then they become successors of another person after 6 years or 7 years. Then they go approve say what we don't do is fine. But you find out say most times when the help they go most of the time in a way wherein that duplication they can duplicate something there, and there's something that they know they're able for use them for the purpose where it they go develop. So you find out say if the man needs shoes, then they take clothes and go get them. He go wear fine clothes, but all the time he go they walk out with control because the shoes what he need they not get them. Because when we come, when I say the people they need something, then if you not give them the right thing where the person need, then you go see how the person they go. Then because if they use your sense and the sense I they try for use, instead of you go with waiting the law say or waiting the data say or waiting the findings of that problem they say, la go able for address them. Because you they go for say la go do something immediate. So you they go do immediate, they find say la go do something what I get, just like you go in a shop. You will see a variety of things in at the store. And when you don't see the variety of the things at the store, you will say, well, I want to send some things for them people there. But what I will do, I just buy. And when they sell you, then they sell you by size. Remember, you just for tell the man where they tell you, I don't go check them out in size. I don't go check the type of shoes. I know the type of ground where they apply. They go buy the right shoes I buy. And not because no more, what kind of store? Because of that moment, I can't see they do sales. And when they are doing sales, I'm going to offer them, because that money I will save some for myself, that I will go send for them. And then when you care and go now, remember, you get problem of size, you get the problem of those who didn't need shoes. So you try for this and you know they address the need. And that one day, don't they happen between donor partners, the MDs them, and then they finally see what did happen. The people they know they get anything they're supposed to get, they will develop them. Because you don't see several years, donor partners in the camp, several years in the group. Because these are human beings coming in. You will look at from the perspective, say, now work the man they work. Not to him get the fund, but waiting in the feedback. Now projects, it will say, now these projects they go on now. So now we approve them. So let we can't get this project here because now you now the voice day for say then people there now yeah the thing they pass it go. UNDP try for do them. Some of them then they identify the areas them where the money or the fund or the economy they develop where it be say what will they put they come out. But because themselves now job them want, because now job them they look for, they are human beings coming from abroad. So you go tell, not go say, well, yeah, I don't help them again. Yeah, I don't come on now. Because when you look at from the layman aspect, if then close day, that man not get a job again. So all he aim for do when he go to any country, now for find a way where he go work. But again, it left to Una where get the country, then when I come to that constitutional. What for say when I say the constitution will get it fine, but Lord just put on this act say, when they make something where they fit the people they need. This constitution here why they put so now so it will favor the citizens. So based on them thing there what you do, you dey try for say well now, me say play me own card for let I go get from them people here. Say for example, like I dey see like the mayor in the kind of some platform where you're not supposed for day. Like yesterday, even there na WHO, now one of the guests and the briefing. You go question say, well, he not for wrong candidate. Now the Minister of Health, now the people that will relate to the one day. But because he not sit down in back foot, he make a press forward. He look out for who's why they were able to invite me. Let me say go talk. If anything can they not say this are useful and then they recognize the work what they do. So when they come, I go take what in the help what they go offer. I tell them me do again because the voice they why the impact. Because I not see that fold me hand. I try to do something. Now that the government supposed for they do when we get all these donor partners are coming. So when are the right projects there? When you know and they reflect on what you want for do. We know they rush for do, I'm sure that we will try for do. We they know say that these are the fundamental need of the people then, and the way we will go able for when we will go out of this, now for now we will grow out of it. You see, for cut the way where you go walk out of it, the only way now for make a way out of it. When you grow the way out of it, then that one day you dey try for bring your ideology there now, and then you dey see say you dey form a team. When you know say this team they don't know they play, then I go find the right footballers there. I go get the right inspiration where I go able to get and motivate them. Then this same team will not say you get accountable. This that I expect from you because look again this example of a team, a football team. They say I want to relegate. Then at the same footballers then go there. Then you go see sometimes as a manager they come with a different manager. But these are the same footballers. One of them they play well in the reign of the other manager. Then you see that one they excel. An example is Chelsea. You can know people in the follow football. You know, see these are the same footballers. What when they play, but now they're not even concede. So all those kind of things, you know, just say what thing happened there. The people that first the teamwork. Now you they find out what thing happened at the team. Would I not be they pass the ball fine? Would I not they snap in place fine? Would I they identify this problem? So you come with the same team again, you position that you play. Then you go see how the changes then will be. But as long as the team not ready for play, you not get a method for identify the problem with the team what they play. So you go see say the government structure is not going to work well. Because you as the leader, you go try to find out say now this I get for do for I go able for develop. If I bring something, I will find out say as something will get for help. Like this law where they try to bring about cyber law. You go find out say in some way it is quite very good. But you go question say they don't put the elements there in place. Then go say yes, we don't put the element there in place. But some other areas you go begin the question say these are not working what they try to do for let you go able for work. In other words, now misappropriation of public ideas there. There are ideas they want and they misappropriate them into the people in mind. And then what will happen? The funds when they go back for go put inside anything there, the funds are always going to be misappropriated. But what if we just get for say no more? Let politicians then start to work with a constitution and then use their knowledge so that they will work on the constitution and not using their knowledge to work on their own ideas then they put the constitution or then they put the needs of the people them or then they put away the waiting the people and they aspire for get from una. Then instead of una get moral issues they wanna go address and they address them in a non-political way. And those moral issues them and the moral way when una they able for deliver this, now in they bring say yes, una ready for do the job. The people and they feel the impact of that development day. But I believe say most of the things that we go say again like the area of that security what they talk about. You find out say what thing get for be people then get for they leave the job, people then get for left the country. Teachers then go begin to get fear. Say now this and this they happen. Now this they not address. Or I know at this matter even they under pressure. Say they go end up for kill and nobody able to identify the problem. Despite people have been there, what they project see now this the man they first forget or not this problem. You know what I try to talk about the lecturer and FBC because most times people and they get data, but the data not they interpret them for them go put on the right table. until it happens, they can ask you, they say, the data you pull out of your mind, when are you within yourself, because of your knowledge what you get, that moment day, you for keep them, the man don't give for let you go use that knowledge day, for let you go transport, you can't for help you for telling you, now this pressure I get, now this fear I get, you identify as fear only when the man don't die. Because you not put them outside the people that need forget them. So all these kind of things, people until they start to act on the way law say and what they need them say. Funds they come, they put them what they need for put them for. And then those are going to help development. So that fear no go deep and people in mind and uncertainty, then when they bring things, then when they say it they develop really. But the development, you know they go for let it go be a kind of way where the people then go see economy they develop are able to afford based on what them they give me, not so because some of the things they want to use, but I cannot afford to use it. I should be able to afford to use it. Those are all the kind of things people they say. The development should be there, not only for whether they're able for user, now for we get a need for use it to access them. And thank you very much for giving me the platform. I'm not going to say too much because most of them talks there. Now, round the no more, it will come back to say, let the politicians there start to work in a constitutional way instead of they are professionals. The professionalism, you can only use them as a tool for let you go able to move the constitution. That is what you are doing. You are using it as a catalyst, but you don't use them for catalyze your ideas there. When you go say the ideas you are getting, everything now for that I will able secure. I will able to secure me on retirement, why I retire or why I not carry again. Now this I will use. You know, they try for things say I they use that law they for develop because now that you tell the people them, that you promise the people them, and that you get for tell them or else never tell them that, tell them the right problem, say that we all work and go before. But I don't can't tell you say no, I able for do them, then I try for do them. But another year they come back, when they look around, we see infrastructure, structure we changeable, we see this will carry go far and far. That one didn't want to get for advice. But apart from that, development is not able to take place without all those constitutional laws and professionalism being converted to useful ideas for legal profit the ordinary man. Thank you very much for giving the platform. And I only hope say God will help as time they go, then we're able for the students in there. But long now we say we go to the drain before we begin the comeback. Because any step we go, the country, the economy they develop, the currency is going higher, the debts when they come, then when they become reflected on that, you see inflation they go, you see population they grow, so that we'll not be able to leave a gap wherein we own population will can grow, and then in the end, that population will grow because of will not be make use of that small economy will become that time day. The fund will not be able to transport them, we cannot do it. Now when have your contribution, let it just really become constitutional instead of professional. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. God bless, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Look out, Dr. Isatu Kekejalo. Make we are you waiting to get for you. Yes, doctor, you get the platform.
Yes, hi. Good evening, everyone. Good morning to many others. And I hope everybody did do well. Happy Saturday. And we hope for a better week coming up. And also, I want to say thank you to you for the summary. And also thank you to Usfriend for your submission. And to all the previous panelists during the week. And all the contributors them as well. So it's been a long week. And first, I want to start by joining Martha and in family for say happy birthday to the princess in the house. We hope that you grow up to be a young, beautiful woman, that can make a difference in the lives of others. As your mama and all your other family members that you do, we wish you many, many more years to come. And in that birthday is a special one for me too. I get my big brother, Abdullah Kake, Alaji Abdullah Kake, where they live in Yadin, Pennsylvania. The reason for me being in the United States now in, so I want to say happy birthday, big brother. I wish you many, many more years to come and in good health as you continue to impact the lives of all your siblings. So I want to start my conversation with that. So happy birthday to all those who they celebrate a birthday in the month of March. March 21st is very special on my life. So, and with that, I go straight into the vaccine. And we want for say, with the hope say the COVID-19 numbers, the positive cases, continue to stay in the downward trend, and also the vaccine where they out there where we don't discuss briefly all the different side effects we they encourage people as the presidents be encouraged all Sierra Leoneans for really take the vaccine as long as they meet the requirements we don't put out. My only question or statement the last time was the age limit for being 70. I think they should consider people with underlying medical conditions where we know say COVID-19 we can't to people that will get cardiovascular, meaning heart problems, respiratory problems, other autoimmune diseases, then they're at higher risk for developing COVID-19. We also, some people then they get COVID-19, it lead to blood clot. So we don't discuss that in our, we not been the multi-inflammatory, problems then we come to COVID-19 we then can encounter. And you can see sometimes patients then we don't get COVID-19, then discharge them on a blood thinner. Why? Because we then do a D-dimer. A D-dimer, and they say about the coagulation, meaning the thickness of the blood and then your risk of developing blood clot. So these are things that, we really ask and we want for let them look into, because some of the elderly people, they also get high blood pressure, high cholesterol, putting them at higher risk, or even diabetes, putting them at higher risk for developing, stroke, or other blood clots. So definitely let them consider that as they don't set the age limit for being 70, also people them we get multiple comorbidities them for let them join the vaccine trend. So with the hope say something when they listen to, then go really try for take that advice on. So, and also we know say now one vaccine and they give right now, when the other one come, don't be choosy, try for take whichever one then give, at least getting a little bit of protection, it matters. And the last time, I believe say, the way they don't design them, yes, the healthcare providers should be getting this, and where them enroll them now the United States, you see them being go with the high risk departments, them when I be the emergency room, intensive care unit. So now them people then they them been try for let them first get the vaccine before it go to the general, wards them. So, as it is, we see now many people who's gonna start, basically by May 1st, the president now the United States want like everybody to get the vaccine. Anybody who eligible for get the vaccine, right? So we know say what thing they don't put in place is good. Beside that 70 years age limit. And then the president be also getting your vaccine on Monday, where we've been see as we've been discussing our concerns where whether the photo that was there it was computerized or changed in any way. If we were watching back, we really see say there was two nurses where we say one inject the vaccine with the gloves hand, while the other one ain't not been getting any gloves. Yes, your hand can be clean, but I think if you choose for assist, you didn't have the public. This now, universal precautions, standard precautions where they deal with blood and body fluids. Anything could go wrong. Put on your gloves. Once so you clean your hands, you put on your gloves. You want for assist. Yes, now president, maybe multi people need for really help, because somebody get for lift the sleeve of the clothes where the president be the wear when I be the like officer, and then the other nurse don't get the vaccine. If you really did practice nursing to how you supposed to practice nursing, which I feel say, we nurses then can do, then go get benefits for less. Some of we really find time and give them some of them basic skills there, because really if you get everything next to you, the moment you done for inject that vaccine to the deltoid muscle, we don't talk about the deltoid, now the right below the shoulder bone, you make a V shape right in the middle there, that's where that vaccine should be injected, right? Now intramuscular, not to a subcutaneous injection. Subcutaneous now something where they give now the fat area. So people that will get diabetes, you see when they inject themselves with the insulin. So, but this particular one now for vaccine in general, you get a muscular side, which it could be the deltoid, and you can see them picking themselves with and can go for the regular well child visits. If then they get them not in thigh, it's not going to be right in the middle, it's going to be vastus lateralis. So there's a lot of things when it comes to techniques, when it comes to what you do in nursing on the medical field. So I believe we clinicians and practitioners and nurses them really need to follow the practice, the standards when it comes to doing anything, whether it's in a public area or whether it's in a clinic setting. So that's now one thing we have been one for clarify. The one we put the band-aid on not being get gloves, while the one we being inject the vaccine being get gloves on, but it doesn't matter. Both should have had that gloves on then. And then the next thing we I really want for touch on will not be a big concern to you before the program starts, health diagnosis and symptoms. We be done discuss now where we talk about typhoid, we talk about malaria, we talk about some of the symptoms where can happen where people them get malaria and waiting for doing the travel overseas, the vaccines that we for take and the medications that we for take for try for prevent yourself from getting sick. So symptoms where we know say they include high fevers, chills, right? Flu-like symptoms when our body aches, cough, chills, dehydration, fatigue, and then sweating, runny nose, all these different symptoms, compile with how you feel. That body ache now ain't really not funny. It really terrible way people and they experience that. And you really get the malaria. We all know mosquito bites, right? Where we say the symptoms can tend to appear within 7 to 30 days, but can take up to 1 year to develop, right? That means if you don't get some form of exposure to an infected, mosquito, a parasite with bite, now it don't go into the bloodstream, the red blood cell, and now they try for multiply or and try for make more room and try for affect other organs, especially your liver, you symptoms and can still there even when you return back to your country. So imagine we just can go sometimes for a few months, and then but if you come, you begin to experience any of them symptoms there. We've been talk about it here. Say you still need to reach out to your primary doctor, let them know who say you travel, given the fact that these symptoms it get for continue for up to 1 year. Unfortunately, the person will go now the government hospital, the testing, I believe say there has to be some false negative test will happen, and yes, it do good for going to the pharmacy and then decide for going to the government hospital. But then, the problem then, I think we say the whole problem come out now the hospital now, we then not do further testing. They just say, oh, because it be done negative. So then, but the person gets symptom. When person gets symptoms, in many cases, you don't collect that sample. Try to see if you could send them back now to a different lab. We go do a second testing on this particular person for know whether or not the actual symptoms are when they present. And that's not something where we all know and we for really understand the way they test person, there will be some percentages of false negative where we say you need for test more because the patient or the person they present with multiple symptoms. And in many other cases, again, you can try for treat this person empirically, meaning this not something where you get experience with, where say we don't do this before and it worked. Why didn't they try that? Like you said, he could have lost his life because what? It was falsely or it was like falsely negative, right? We not go say the whole thing was, like one-sided, but I think there was a fault in the lab, results, and then they go find out, say, the malaria don't chronic, it cause more problem. And we know there would be multiple organ damage if the the symptoms and the virus, the bacteria or the parasite continue now you system, now you bloodstream, right? So then you're talking about jaundice, the liver, where they now begin to really show then symptoms, the eyes then they become yellow, too many other things can join that as well. And then you talk about typhoid, where they also mimic the same symptoms, and we know see they get all anything there through contaminated food or water, and as we always say, when you travel overseas, you want to make sure say you don't get you vaccine, you don't get you prophylactic medications them for really prevent you from getting sick way the outside of the country. So with the hope say this not something where we could be a corrective action that then would take for ensure say we not experience things like that. It's not only the visitors them. What about we young people then at the country? They're not know about the medical field. You really ask and they expect the person we don't go to school, the person we don't learn this for saying part of what he do. For let he see you, he assess you, he diagnose you properly. Because if you not diagnose the person properly, before you know it, they could lose their life in that process. So definitely, some of the other symptoms, again, as I mentioned about the fever, high fever, waking to typhoid, you talk about stomach pains, you talk about headaches, loss of appetite, right? Where the man been somewhat experience weakness, right? And then at the same time, that can continue and move on to internal bleeding and eventually death. We know one for Sidandi, in anybody. So we really hope say people them take precautions them when they go travel. And also if you go get a medical checkup and you feel say your body, now your body pass the doctor. Now you get for insist, now you get for be persistent in terms of how then they treat you. And they do this not only way in Africa, even way in overseas. You see sometimes people go to the hospital and they tell them, oh, everything is fine, we've done all the scans, all this. But if you feel say these symptoms they persist on you, do not sit back, because there could be something else going on. And then somebody will take an extra eye or an extra, testing for letting really find out what's wrong with you. And then that leads me to your second concern, where they say the pikin where then decide for feed with the hand, for say okay, because the pikin they eat, it become very fussy, they eat, then decide for just use that traditional way. I don't know if I should say traditional, but like that cultural. Should it we even say culture? It's not culture, because the truth here is this problem here should be something we for don't for say debunk or even tell comrade and say they do that again, even though we mama them we do them during we own time, right? They were more careful and more understanding in how they take care of kids. Not to talk about now you're talking about, young girls, working ladies, taking care of children, and maybe was there enough education? Was there enough maternal child education where the picking, they don't born the picking before they discharge them? There's been a lot of research out there that can tell you, say, some of them think they are, for do that. And you look at it, person before you eat, they want for ensure say you get a gag reflex. So in this sense, somebody decides, say, okay, don't take a spoon or tongue blade, put on your tongue, right? Them depress, and if you not possible not get gag reflex, trust me, they do nothing to you. But if you get gag reflex, wait for really say that part of your nerve, cranial nerve, it work. There's no problem with it, no effect with it. Definitely you go feel like say the choke. Right. So, and most of the time we can face, cardiac arrest issues where people then can face them, where people then they attend to them. You talk about ABCs, the one that already don't do CPR, we don't do, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, whether under the advanced or whether under the basic. You want to ensure that the patient get a patent airway. So patent airway, now you they do this by blocking their nose, and then you try to put food through their mouth. How you expect them to breathe out? Right? So you definitely have blocked the breathing. So you have not even given them the opportunity to have the airway. And then with all then two things and you compromise, and the next thing where you really compromise for the patient or for the picking at that moment, now circulation. And if you not get circulation, meaning they get blood flow, what's going to happen? You go turn blue, right? If you're a light-skinned person, it's very easy to see that. the baby is gonna be blue, and then they don't have enough oxygen in their system. So definitely, we Kumbra them should not be doing this. We should have more public health, educators out there, maternal health education, for the go on. We begin and they discharge some of the things the way they need for discuss with the family members, them, the mama, the papa, for no say, they're not for, begin to shake the pikin because begin to cry when you talk about them shaking baby syndrome. Now for no how for lay picking na the crib or na the bed, for put the picking in belela is sleep, for the back to sleep, right? All these different things and for the happen. But I think say it has a lot to do with, the way how the education came about, the way how some training then can come about, then can bring them to there. So, but people then can always feel say, well, we have done it. Nothing happened to us, when we were growing up. So then I not feel say it will happen to the people. No, yes, it will. Research has proven that these are things you don't do in the pediatric setting. These are things that you don't do when it comes to picking them. So we really hope, say, we health ministers and, the doctors, them, anybody will get involved with picking, let them know, see, and get for educate the parents them, because really the parent them back, they rely on you, the clinician, for like give them the guidance on how for take care of the picking, especially somebody when a new combra, we don't know anything about health and things like that. And then one for go to the other one we say KKY, advocating for the Auditor General. Of course, we want for do that. We want for do that. Myself watch that video the way they talk to the president, talk to other thing them, because if the president been there at the opposition party and if they always advocate for things, but now that you don't come into the administration, that you do govern, so you feel say people are not for talk. No, I don't feel saying that the right thing. If we really want fight corruption at Sierra Leone, we really get for try for let people do their work independently. Let nobody not try for block them, for make them do their work. And that now one thing I feel say, the president get for understand if he really want for let them fight corruption at Salome. And in that way, it will really help in how we can, go forward as a nation. And then we want for say hashtag we stand with all patriotic Sierra Leoneans, which is like Honorable Ibrahim Tawa, continue for voice you what you see and not be silent. If you become silent, then you don't become complacent. So we don't let anybody join others in doing wrong in our country, because our country needs to move forward. And then I think say in terms of the summary, I will stop there. But I really want for share an exciting news. But again, because I did took some notes here. I think say that picking the waiting really happen, that aspiration, then go don't happen, and if we can think about it, even an adult within our hospital setting, when they feed you, where see then you see sick, and they tell you say, put the head up, right? Elevate the head of the bed. The nurses know this. Like, where patients they on mechanical ventilation, for example, they will tell you, that NG tube, if they within the person knows forget feeding, or they can then get some gastrointestinal tube, they need to stop the feeding before they can do any care or any other stuff. So I'm sure those that are listening know exactly what we're saying, and they should know this. And we're really sorry for these people we lost in life. With the hope say this is something where then will take action in how they can prevent them going forward. So the other thing, like I said, I wanted to share, AAA, if you can really share with the people listening right now, we do have our Sarah Network Charity Foundation Scholarship application. And this application will go start for accept applications them April 1st. And then the deadline for submit your application for a scholarship grant, and this not for university students, them, meaning you have to be enrolled in a college or university. You have to be in specific professions or majors them. And the reason is, a day part of we mission statement as we create that mission statement, we did it for a purpose, because these now people them will know say go make a difference in society upon graduation. So as you continue, as you complete the application, there's a lot of criteria. There's a eligibility criteria. Well, the hope say people then will follow, because if you not follow the criteria, definitely your application is not going to be reviewed further. So you're not going to get that scholarship. And the scholarship is really not going to cover your entire tuition, but it will help you in a little bit, whether not books, whether not part of the tuition it pay for or whatnot, but like you will get some form of grant from Sarah Network Charity Foundation. And then we all know we mission statements here, and we know say Sarah Network Charity Foundation are a non-profit organization. We develop this for really benefit the people in Salon, and we also know say we committed. We now this platform in general, and I know say many others, in other platforms are, but we know say all that matters for we now Sierra Leone, and most of we members them we know say they live now the diaspora. So what you want for see we can to now we nation, how we want for we nation develop. We want for see educated and healthy citizens in Sierra Leone. Part of we vision, that not a vision we want for see. We want for compete with other nations. Them we can to science, we come to technology, innovation, healthcare, and journalism. These are people with these type of careers, and we know say if they speak up, they will do better. We come to the nation in development, and also we want to see a quality healthcare system for all Sierra Leoneans. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be from a rich family, but we want for sure say or we want to make and see that we country really take them thing they are so very seriously. And with that, we know say we can eradicate poverty throughout the nation, with education. And then also we want to empower women, young girls, through advocacy and supporting them with things like with certain things and they happen to them. And we want for CC there's an improved and better learning environment in schools across the nation. And that's not something we would hope for now in nation. So as we don't start for renovate one school, we hope say we go continue for do more through the support of all we donors them, all Sierra Leoneans them really, and the non-Sierra Leoneans that we donate to we through we friends them at work and things like that. Now, when you talk about eligibility criteria for the Sarah Network Charity Foundation scholarship, the applicant must have a grade point average of a letter B or a 3.0. So that has to happen. If you don't have it, do not apply, because you're not going to get it. That means you're going to have a checklist. If you don't, any of those checklists are off, don't apply. Wait for another year, do well, and if you meet the criteria, definitely you apply. And we don't talk about the majors, them nursing, medical school, pharmacy, mass communication, journalism, law, social work, and other public health majors are the ones that we're really looking forward to apply for this scholarship. And also you have to be a Sierra Leonean, and you have to be willing to give back to Sierra Leone. And also you have to be enroll for at least half time. Half time means 6 credits or more. And then you have to write an essay explaining how you're going to contribute or make a difference in the nation's development. And also you get to provide a transcript, for us, for Logosi. And we get to get a panel of people that's going to really review this application and see how we're going to choose those that really are going to get the scholarship. And it's going to be an annual thing. It's not going to be like every, like some year you might get it, some year you might not get it, because if you don't meet the criteria, that, it's going to take you off the application. So it's not a lot, but we know whatever we're going to offer out there, it's going to help. So this application will be up for people to really apply. And also for me, as always, if not hear me voice way is network can play the jingle, I feel say we as Sierra Leoneans, we all have a role and responsibility to play in the development and future of our nation. But also I believe say, as human beings, we all have a role and responsibility to play in order to change the lives of others and the future of our people. That's not my belief, and that's not something I feel say I will continue for voice as we go there. So basically, and the application is straightforward. It's asking you for, also you should have a recommendation or reference either now from a professor or somebody where now will talk something nice about you. We will need at least two of that. And also you claim now there's a signature page which you have to really attest to say everything we say accurate, about the application. And we get a website what they work on right now for finish where it will be linked to this current website. We'll have a means that people can actually submit it online, but meanwhile they can send it to the sncf at snradio.net. And also we'll get for provider address, we then will either bring it there or mail it there. So, but that address, not now, even though it's on the application, but we will make sure we announce that as well. And this is not for the year 2021-2022 academic school year. There's a checklist, so you do want to check that. You want to sign it, and also when we review the application, we will be able to tell you. We'll get back to you whether you would. Now the one that we just forget the award will get a word from us. Really, you cannot reply to everybody, but if you gonna get the award, you will hear from the Sarah Network Charity Foundation Application Review Committee. So we're gonna set this up. It's gonna be members of our WhatsApp group, people that are really willing and interested. I ask that you really reach out, and we'll put you part of the review, because this is not a one person get for review. Now multiple people then get for review for really agree on the person in need, and also that they meet everything. And also with time, we'll get for need many people then for let them really come in and help us, with some of the work then what they do, based on their own specialty or expertise, because the work is gonna get more as time goes on. I think that's all I have for tonight. I want to say plenty thank you for giving me the time to really explain all these different things as we continue for do more for we country, because we want to see Salone, better. Hashtag Salone for better. Hashtag Salone strong. Thank you very much, and have a lovely Sunday tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Yes, you're welcome.
All right. The introduction or the launch of the Sierra Network Charity Foundation scholarship scheme. Definitely, we know say we sef na come they come small. So down the road, we know say we go do pass waiting we want to do. Then say to go key one box, but in short, but every little thing go help. We all know that every little thing go help. So that little thing the way go help. I think say if you think so you need them, just go for it. And if it meets the criteria, you go get them, because say network, just the quitting doctor say, the panel get for setup or get for review. So not just feel say because you don't write or apply, you go win them, but some go say yes, welcome on board, and some go say better luck next time. But whichever way, you don't go come out, not so. Let we come with Tony Toure Jones, make way waiting in summary for the week. Yes, Tony, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Abraham, good evening. Good evening, family, and wherever they listen we from. Good morning or good afternoon. Me and go a little bit brief and focus only on this Lara in issue, Telopias. We have to say a really funny and a really sad way. You get people that will know the truth, and we know say with the fight against corruption as alone, we get a whole institution where they fight, you understand? But all by themselves, they're not able for fights, they fight. You get institution when an independent body when the audit service we established for a very long time. And for many, many years, they've been delivering the job, credible job. They give a fair view of the audits, and they not just manufacture information or audit materials and waiting they use. Now waiting and when they give them, then they use for compute their audit reports. It's simple. We've said it several times. I mean, myself don't say audit or not, it just cannot make audits. They give you long notice. and this now government institutions, then government parastatals or organization or whatever we call them, MDAs, ministry, department, and agencies. Them we every year audit service they come for audit, and most of these ministries or these MDAs they get permanent secretaries. These people are not new to those things. They know exactly that now. So you don't have the pattern and the way they take. Where there is a proper system, and you they already put a system in place where you know say if this not the problem with audit service they get, because most of the issues that we audit service if they get so right now, these are not unique. These are the same historic problems, which tells you that so audits you understand, where every and then things there we then findings they are not so unique things, them just like I say where you will say they happen today, they not happen the next year within the camp. Probably they go minimize, but you understand. But people they know about them things here. They make them put the permanent secretaries or people that within the ministry be under pressure. With the government, you understand, especially the head of this government, current government within place, when Brigadier Julius Madabio, know exactly the role way audit service don't they play. Lagatelo Pias now, baby, we very, very, very credible. Not to any kind of person who you go say, no, waiting a call. It gets in licenses, now a chartered accountant, now a fellow, now a this, you understand? We not go on for mortgage and repetition, not go on for mortgage or put a stay on itself. Before auditor, then go audit. Then they send an engagement letter, definitely tell you, see, Abraham with the camel or with the car audit so and so. You know, say definitely audit service they come. All transactions, all money spent, they need forget receipts, they need forget things them way I wanna spend their money then they all the materials then they for don't be ready. So my first work in a private sectors. When we get audit service, we them in the audit every 3 months. When they come for can audit you, all the information in the document, then what you know says all transactions being done, you make sure you let them ready. Ministries the way you know say or agency the way not supply the material, put pressure, send email, follow up, send at your different heads or authorities them way responsible. Say we them are the camp and we don't want to make them get issue. But because you know say in this process system, they compromise, there are a lot of corruptions, nobody cares. Some of these things, not of us say they don't know the heads, so no. Then make if I say the one the way they eat the money. That they send them dog here, so I go call them dog because now like a way dog they back where they go and attack the human. Then they send for distract people their attention. They know exactly the problem. These people then when an auditor where they go audit, when they come for audit, you know, supply all the information. Then they tell on us say, we they go because audit in the last for certain period. Tell on us say, we they go. Them Tiana them pending, then before they start auditing, they all meet you to that. And when they don't done the audits, the information they will not get supporting document, then go tell on us say, then document here, so we not able to forget them document here. So we want for loan and make available for we. You understand that? Loan make available for we. By the time we did not stay done, we are on a done to we. People are really serious when they fight corruption. You go don't make them documents and they're available. You understand? We're not going to make it available because this is indeed sorry for that mercy. You know, the problem, the thing is, we're not going to make available then documents in it. Or make sure say we're not try to get the documents and send out to audit service. These are the documents where audit service they use and compute for pull the audit reports. But if we not submit the information them, any documents we not submit, definitely not misinformed. Because if not tell me say we not spend 500,000 and we come for audit, we not see documents where show say we not spend 500,000. We not provide documents where show 200,000, which means that 300,000 where we not account for, where we not produce document for, now I'm misinformed because nobody able to explain to we. So if there is any problem saying a laptop we may submit, at least there will be a quotation. You go call the post your supply, or you go call the people that where you give per DM, or where you give DSA as they call them. You understand? Let them sign. And document the way all these come, then see the documents, they don't need for flag them up say documents or no. But because the system is being compromised, because there are a lot of problems, because there's corruption, there is this rampant thing, nobody cares, brother. Now make we suffer.
This is the reason why we society, especially salon, we they suffer because they know the truth. They know the truth. I mean, even anti-corruption, sometimes I people like you say yes, I beg careful. Like the last time I say yes, it work. I feel say yes, problem there with anti-corruption as well. Because if you want for fight corruption, if we really want for sincere for fight corruption as salon, audit service reports get for be the Bible. It get for be like the Quran. When now they go to letter every ministry, you they see say people then they spend money in a salon, they know they account for them. What's if you say the money they do? It tells you that this na money the way they actually put physically. You understand? The way they not even use, they just put and say they use this money for buy this. But document not there for let them provide. Because even if you provide documents, at the end of the day, when they do forensic audits, they go contact the person say, because if now register business forget office and everything, but most of them places then my brother, their offices are not even established. Most of them documented what they even provide. Some again a conflict of interest. Some you go surprise say the minister and work for farm, then get business when they register under a different name. But when you look, this business then link with so of them briar. Most of them briar and they were in position. So you go surprise. You understand? So when the fight against corruption as alone, now lip service. It's just a lip service because if we really serious for fight corruption, so thing the way they happen as alone, man, they condole them thing they. They really condole them because I mean that na me own take. I just know I steal the show because so much has been said, but it really pathetic for you see people then they attack the poor woman, where even the president where they now in power, be the yell at they say, oh, audit service, everybody, even the current finance minister, when he go to 98.1, they all they make reference of audit service report, which means by then it was a credible information, credible institutions. You understand? So because now when they're on the other side now, they say, oh no, there's a lot of flaws, there's a lot of this. It's the same method. Nothing changed. It's not that say they get anything partial, you understand? The people then they give them fair view. When people then they go audit, they go audit for give a free, fair, and true and fair view of the entire thing. So they are people they beg this government if they really want for fight against corruption. If they really want for fight against corruption, now therefore they even they attack the one way they attack the human because this is this institution now taxpayers' money. The money that they take for pay the people that when they work there, not for say the people that when they work there, they all like SLP. Me no people then when they work there. When are people that way of high integrity. I know several people there. When me don't work with them people then they where they all did service. When I have like Samba Mamade, Selvin Bell already there. There's lots of people that way you go just give money overnight. Can't all this. Because they get a profession. If all the service today they can quit, they will still have good job because these are people that we don't work in a private companies then together. They will still have good companies, good paying job. But if they extend their repetition, definitely they get for damper then waiting the code. So we they beg this government, we they really big they let them just leave that woman suffer, make that feel them for the hell and self for make it gets that kind boldness there, for make it you're not afraid. If they pull all this out where they really show the pitfalls them, the challenges them where they say this government, where this government is going to work on and able for control some of their leakages. And their money then the way they're going for save, going for use that government capital projects or probably in paying rents. For me, you understand, but it's sad for make them where they wait and so. I mean, I know people understand, bruh. I mean, you take down it's frustrating. It's really frustrating, bruh.
All right, thank you very much, Tony.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yes, good evening, AAA. My name is Bendo, I call from Kansas City.
Yes, Bendo, you get up to 5 minutes. What's your contribution today?
Okay. I want to tell you now, plenty thank you because it takes a lot of love and courage for Leona and we all do what we do. Let God continue for bless we. Let God continue for give we the strength for do what we do because the only reason to make we all do this now we love salon so much we want less salon better regardless of what they go on. But here is some of the problem the way me sit on after we add on this whole week. Sometimes they just because I know the contribution means say if you have missed the show, I sit on at a certain time and go through everything within when I don't go through for the day. But here is within a million take tonight. The healthcare system in Salone needs a total overhaul. This new minister we don't get from the vibes and why I get from him. It look like somebody where go be a good candidate, a good person with a good heart. So let God continue for help him and bless him and let it give you a full potential where he go able to forgive. That's now one side. This Auditor General within the past and discredit, I not get nothing for say for add to waiting Tony say. Tony Nelam is say what he get for say. Maybe if we all been in a salon, we know get that can voice me for say waiting Tony say. But nothing other way I go take, nothing other way I go add. Tony don't say everything. All waiting me go get for say. Miss Pierce, we stand by you. We stand with you. Do what you they do and do and well. God go bless you. God go pay you for your contribution. Now, the issue about corruption, no doubt, no day for say, even the blame man na salon or the deaf person na salon no say corruption day. And the way all man they try for what's in hand, the people the way they in power, how they try for what's in hand, say corruption or they, now because now they in power. Because just like this Auditor General in report, now them they don't use as Bible for discredit the other party they will come out. But now they don't come, then they do exactly if not worse. For example, center a employment for embodied law. I mean, is that really correct? How anybody go justify something like that? The parliament, look what thing they go on. When anybody says something, then begin quote the law where you can bypass in case of emergency for the president, you can bypass here, you can go here, you can do this according to this law. But now all these nine are the culprits of corruption. Waiting make we not go according to waiting go where anybody go able to keep record of waiting they come and waiting they spend. But they go. Me not say people then they way they go school for just learn how to bypass the law. That me don't believe that. Okay. Now, all the things that we don't go through, me not feel say any of them party they get the respect and regard for the citizens. Because at the end of the day, now we get for suffer. Then they talk for say they don't give 52 million or almost million. Let the government know say them money then they way then they give. Now for cushion, just like what you say, for cushion the suffering of the people there. SUV not get for cushion command in suffering. For let they not get way how they even distribute the money then they right. You know they just go to map na market you look almost people the way you count not for marketplace they go begin count without forget benefits and without not forget benefits. They get forget a correct system, how then they go a data. How they go and see whether they will need their money there, how they will get their money there. But for you just go look people then say and look what people then they do and shave money, me not feel at the right way than they forgo. Okay. Another thing where I get problem with. None of the facts say we president we know they in opposition. They don't use all them people there for fight against the previous government within the then don't come up. They don't do 3 years of the term. All this hala, Mr. President, I will talk to you directly. We not don't see the effect of this waka. It not don't pay you. It not don't pay you. No, we all understand, say, where you they go at the expense of the coffers of salons. What do you they bring? We not don't see you. The people they still they suffer. I watch some of the documentaries and where they make, but President Magufuli will just pass away. Trust me, I know they Tanzania, but I cry because I know how if they go all out for they in country people them they enjoy working plant them. But we are the opposite. So let we not forget, Mr. President, legacy gets a lot for do with the service OUDP. All this they go down in history. Think but what we don't preach to you people then. Look how they suffer. How you go make Salon better? We don't end up with man country. We want some home. We they bleed. We they suffer. We get light, we get water, we get eat, but all that they know they make me happy. If Salon better, no reason no the way we they camp out here. We want come home. How you go make Salon better? Mr. President, take a leaf from the previous president who passed away, Magufuli. Take one chapter from on a book. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bendo. Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yes, Triple A, thank you for giving me the platform. And I enjoy that. Yeah, I call from Switzerland. Just for buttress, the Austrian with TV, they talk about the Auditor General, Lara Telopias. Okay, me in a person way, like the Telopias family, now them bring me up, right? So like a family of credibility. Now a family we get image for protect, and a God-fearing family. So from the grammar, Esther Remule Kuntelopias, Kandong to the Canon Modupe Telopias, and in Tucson. So any of them in-laws them when them bring come into their family are people of credibility. You know, so I just happy for like way like KKY take the defense of the Auditor General. You know, now people in this way, I mean, they don't work for that country. Even the one of the son of Modupe Telopias, Junior served in the military of Sierra Leone. Okay, my own submission really, I mean, based on this synthetic turf for this field Kenema. You get me well? Okay. So, based on this synthetic turf, we get some economical constraints on that, because me and office say that one day na the best thing for a field, because one you get for that thing way you get for take care of, and you get the product that we use for take care of them. We one of the product them na silica sand for sand infield the grass for keep them in an upright position, right? And them products here no get some health hazard, you know, they get some health hazard. With time, you know, it go become dusty, and you know, say football player then get for the end, it go become dusty, and if they inhale that dust, they no good for them. And again, salon players them they get the habit for the chewing gum when they play ball. Now one thing and again, we not good for them kind synthetic field and they. And now all players know the kind of boots where you go use now them kind field and they, because like sharp object boots them, you not get for user on the inside and they. Then coming to the weather, Salon na a tropical country where gets too much of heat. In that condition day, you need for water the field again. it still need water. There comes the economical part of it. You get for use water for water for the heat. And if you use natural grass, you get for use water as well. So I don't feel say economical. And all of them products, yeah, they get a lifespan. Like that synthetic turf, you get a lifespan where you go down depreciate. How we go able for disposal? And now you see say synthetic things like plastic get problem in the world. And we Salone, we not get a culture of recycling things. So how we get for manage all length here? When we choose a particular something, we not just get for look for the beauty of it. Now how for manage them as well. We Salone, we get a big problem with that. So, and when it comes to the health part of it, some of studies the way they don't do na Europe or more Switzerland, then they see say some of them things they can cause cancer. So I don't feel say na the best for we feel in Africa. If one for begin adopt them thing and they economical beneficial to us and environmental friendly to us. So now my submission on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Yeah.
Yes, caller, ID live on air. Your name and where you call from, please.
This is Ibrahim from Maryland.
Yes, Ibrahim, you're up to 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Triple. May God continue to bless you. Thanks to all the panelists there. Me now, we start from the medical side. On this 21st century, we get comrades still where they use that kind of feeding and the way they feed picking for only nose and feed out with hand. First of all, even if for feed picking with hands was not healthy. Like put no more brother Michael Coca will be right now the comment section for say picking now 3 things where if you know it either well or hungry or the food not taste to your liking. Wait to support that idea there. So people not being get the know-how like what the world on civilized now because it's not 21st century, everything, everyday things and they change. We get feeding bottle there, we get a spoon for feed picking. So an office say nothing will let people then go use back hand for all picking nose for it. Even you as a big one, if they're only nose, you go able to breathe? No. And we get some of our brother and sister there where they go na paramedical na bo where they come where na diploma then they certify them when they come and they call them doctors. So they all they come on paramedical the one they will go do 7 years na College of Medicine, they all then come and they call them doctors. So then if they can't live among the one they will go spend 7 years, they will just spend 3 or 4 years, then we call them doctors. I don't know who are the right possible for call doctor. And I think say the nursing curriculum na Salone they need for revisit them because a lot of nurses there or medical practitioners they don't even know the code of ethics. They don't even know some of them don't even know about CPR. So he really touched me for you say that kind became the loss in life because of feeding. Then come on the account to the civil society. What I don't see, and obviously we don't get against civil society when are independent in that country. Like what more I say, it's a civil society them either he defend the government or he oppose the government. Me I not be ever no say the government employer. If then civil society then they feel say that in the talk of behalf of the people then they begin to support the government, even though they see bad things and they happen, they support them. Would I get for talk for we again? Because some of we would find now only this platform will get chance for send with voice. What about people who are in the salon now? We be the things and they happen and not get people to talk for them. It's too sad. Come to the audits. Yesterday, we you forward that video. I ask questions. I say if now only the minister in Bralo na qualify, but the people who apply. SLP talks there, we did on social media for where attack people he asked me question, say, why me not being questioned Donald Trump, where be the high people? I say, man, I ask question which has nothing to do with Donald Trump. I ask questions. So why folk attack their personality? And always when they do that, they get fake accounts where they open for where attack people. Now your platform when they can where no say they block it now, they can't tell. But when you go now AYV 19.1, and they see them. If they say you know partying about politics, when discuss that the other day, they see them when they write about politics. If you then let me they hail the audit service report will be they come out, why now? And they try for attack, discredit the woman. We are listening. Sajusu, we be say if don't lose credibility to do in ABK in time. Now you need to get the bold mind say the audit service in report is misleading. I hope say the civil society and the people of Sierra Leone then go stand behind this woman, let you know discourage, let you do in work. And I hope say KKY not for talk no more. If possible, let introduce a bill in the parliament who will protect the auditor general for let the president will get chance for even fire himself. So that's my contribution. Thank you very much. May God bless you and God bless my salon.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim.
Oh, you're welcome, bro.
Yeah, what they call you? Yes, caller, you're live on here. Your name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, this is not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike, you go up to 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah, I hear Miss Ben do they ask how them people are going to develop salon. Everybody not get no clue how to develop salon. Then from day one, you go notice and they not get no clue for how to develop salon. You know, because I don't say presidentbio lock all the loophole there, but you open big river, big river, and I need the money they come out. You know, but I want to say something about this. Auditor General. You know, I hope say some of courage and just do. You know, doing a job for the people of Salon. You know, because the people in Salon, the people in a Salon need them. You know? We need them more than anything. But I know them politicians, they don't need them because they don't use them already for kind of power. So now then they abuse them. You know, now then they blame them for the tifo, then they pan thief. You know, then they pan tifo, then they blame the woman back. What the human, all the human they do that documentation, the human they prove say this and this what they do so you wrong. Then they blame the human back. When I the thief now they blame the human back. You know, this is very confusing, man. The same thief man them back. They come over back. They say that they can't put cyber crime. Cyber crime, the people that they talk for the thief one and the thief now they want to muzzle back. Thief man get the flex power back for the people and back what they talk. Salon, we need to wake up, man. You know, and the same politician, the APC politician, the SLPP politician, when they thief we country, then they come back, they put law again for defend themselves again. You know, man, it's sorry, man. The other day, I've been listening to your radio na YouTube. One guy saying he worry about me because he worry about me because of the new law where they can pass. No, don't worry about me, man. I'm fine. I'm okay. When I worry about the people in a salon, we be say good medical no day, good roads no day, food for eat no day, good drinking water no day. You know, and then people are not for the worry about. We be say Connaught, Cottage, McKinney Hospital, Bo Hospital, Kenema Hospital, all the hospitals they completely look a total mess. Now then people are not for the worry about. No, don't worry about me. Me the America, you know. You know, Salon, we need for stand up for them people in there. We need more voice. Where the opposition? Why they not they talk? You know, where the American they begin talk, but where the other opposition? Why they not they talk? Where SLPP they in opposition? They talk. Then they talk all the time. But why come this other opposition and they talk? What's happy with them? The people in the suffer, wanna sit down, wanna they enjoy, wanna they call it. What's happening? What's happening with Parliament? Parliament not get voice again. You know, now the yeah and nay no more, yeah and nay, they not get voice again. What do the people in vote for now for going to Parliament for? What you they there for? Now the people in the suffer, what you they there for? Now for just collect money? When I know they speak up again. You know, Cherry Coco, what you they under for? What you they job na that place there? You know, I don't understand. You know, but like I say, you know, me not get problem with the tough food and putting a Kenema. And kudos to them, you know. We appreciate that day, but let them do it all over the country because I know say McKinney then get tough. Well, when I put tough na Kono and the other place, then they let salon, let una beautify salon small. But nothing. I know they do. I mean, tough one at tough. We don't even need for talk about tough because light no day. Right now, the light will be the McKinney now, and I don't begin give blackout na McKinney back. You know, many people wanna do something, wanna help this country move forward. But the problem is, we not even get one clue how to develop a country. We all just the rush for take power in that country. They wanna not even know how to develop the country. You know, now the problem is the people enjoy the rush for be politician, but they don't even know what they go there for. What they go there for? When I write good manifesto, but when I reach there now, and that's also thief business on the part. Man, everywhere they're sorry, man. I'm too sorry. You know, Salon, when I wise up, please, when I left for the support them people where they thief una. But wait, be say good, when I don't get hospital, when I don't get nothing, when I they support the same people there. And they thief una money when they support them. What do they support them for? And because you're not in a red party or not in a green party, when I get for think Salon first, the country first. If it's Salon better, now we all learn better. You no matter when a green you day on a ready day. When I left for support them people, and they know they do una no good. And na thief, they thief for their own picking and their own wealth there. They know they support you now. They don't care about you now. Look, all the people over there in their party host there. Their party club there. They don't care about them. If you say they care about their education, they don't care about them. When I think wisely, and people and they just use you now for their own good. They're not use you now for better the country. No, your contribution and the AAA.
Thank you very much, Mike.
All right.
Yes, caller, you're live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
This one Ezekiel, they call from Oregon.
Yes, Ezekiel, you're up to 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, AAA. I want to start my contribution first as leadership. Do we begin for develop law for the country? Sierra Leone, I don't see if one side better or something good they happen there. All of a sudden, if the one that way then they in a power, they know connect to that area, then they go all out for destroy. Now the same country. If electricity they work in a McKinney, why you not go find a way for put factory there? But you know, even the discussion with people like they see, oh, why that thing they work in that place there? It's the same Sierra Leone. I want that same development for happen at Kubo. I want it happen at Kenema. You know, fight it for let it happen there. So that we all go get that free movement. If you want to build house, you go build a boat because you feel say thing they work for that place there, you go there. You want for go McKinney, you go there. Why all this for be even a problem? Like even ordinary people where they discuss with them, you know, they say, oh, that place, and I'm like, now development, you not happy? Now your country. You know what electricity there? But anyway, so I want for say thank you to KKY at least for say what you don't say, but like what I be said, if you look for like minds, looking at the place, opposition or even Tawa, and talk to the Leone come up with a bill. You know, even if una vote on a law, no, would I go say no for let them fire that woman there or let them find a way for push them out. Lord, we know if then care about development of the country. If they not care about corruption, then we go no. You know, if I for the voice amount, okay, then gather like minds and come up with a bill. We una go push them and let una vote on it. We go secure that person there. Because now the same thing for don't be with anti-corruption. If anti-corruption are non-partisan, man, like they run behind after everybody. You know, if now parliament be empowered that and then get a timeline, nobody not for fire that person there for don't do that job there with no hesitation. But when President Kanomo appoint that person, you feel say go after the president and you kaba? Hell no. It not go happen. So una friend way how now for put this here in law way, anti-corruption leadership or whatever, then go be free of party. So that then go run after any rat way they make that country they go behind. Simple, but it's difficult because they're all hand opener. So it's difficult for let them even think about that. But anyway, today I want to just talk about ways for improve yourself and your future. I just get 5 points what I want to talk on. This again are for the young people, because waiting go help you for improve yourself. You get for come up with certain things and way it go help you for let you begin for change your life. So first one, you forget a focus. You know, if you get things where you don't put now your mind for do, you know, when you sleep, even when they sleep, you they think about that. We see grab now that go jumper. We they see that they even the woman they wait to do business, you know, you they see how then they grab around then 5 o'clock, then they up, then they prepare. Would that they grab, would that the one they went and they sell cake, how then they grab very early in the morning, they begin for prepare. Now that they not focus because they want for achieve that small goal way and don't set. So if you get focused on what you want for do, that will help you for begin change point your life to a different direction where it will help you for let you achieve what you want for achieve in your life. So for instance, if you put your focus on say I want to achieve this particular degree, then you go put all your efforts in the area of that particular area where you want to get your degree. You begin for study hard. You know, if you not study hard and you just want to get her, you will get her. I mean, the name say you don't get her. But when it come to a place when you get for proof, say yes, you qualify for that, you're not going to able to one. You know, so one for improve your life and your future, you need to get focus because that will give you a direction where you want to go. And the second one, you forget a routine. You know, if you say you're not a singer, but then you not get any time for sit down and write songs and practice your voice, you go just name yourself saying a singer, but a lot of people are not gonna know you, you know. So you forget a routine and they create a habit. You know, if you grab and jog today and then tomorrow you grab, jog, and then the next day you grab, jog, then you take another week before you grab back your jog. You say you want put yourself in shape. It not gonna happen. You not build no routine and not get give you habits. When you make a routine where you work on a daily basis, it build a habit, and we know now habits now. As they do them continuously, they end up for building the habitat. Where they say, possible, but do this kind of thing. I think where if you don't do them continuously, show me a boxer where you say in or soccer player or anything where you want to be a major person part. The practice. How you feel say you will be a champion on that? It not go happen. You go daydream day. It not go ever happen. You get for build a routine way for the drum continuously, and then the next one you forget a direction. Again, this all connected. If you get focused, then you go able to build a goal, and that goal go connect to your vision, and that vision go give you a direction which side they go. The thing about direction, that means you don't get a vision of what you want to accomplish, and then you make that goal will give you direction. If you not get vision, all what they do, it will give you very, very difficult time for letting you understand what thing you want to achieve. Like some people the way that they grab, they say, I want to be nurse. Because if they see other people, then they become nurses. Instead if you want to be nurse, well, to probably imply, you they say, I say you don't put all your time in there for study. We see the time kind of for let go to the job. They enjoy it. Because not to your vision that day. So you forget a vision where it will give you a goals, and that goal now it will give you direction for let follow. Sorry, it can make noise here. And then the next one, when you want to do anything, where you plan for do for improve your future and your life, it forget a language where you they speak. So anytime when you they talk, even when they talk to somebody, now that very thing that you they talk about, because you don't know would I get interest where you want to expand your capability in that particular area. And I can connect this to my organization. Where I started my organization 2015, Now me just me woman and me paddy now we no more they contribute, we send more money now, then buy things, school materials, then go with an village. So 2019, bring it back now. Now, one guy I've been they talk to one Nigerian professor, he can't have a place we sit up with the talk. Now he say, what do you they do? But I've been don't know the whole parameters of parameters way possible they ask you what they do, not to just your job. Now, for me, waiting at your vision for the future. So I tell her, I say, well, I get organization where they try for help picking them and build schools. I say, so you can talk about that. Where you the work in a bank, where people in the car inside, you can talk about that particular organization. I said, no. They say, see, you don't really want to reach to that point. If not that you want to reach, at that point you want to reach, you say, for dinner you mount on a daily basis. My brother, that was it. I just talk about that thing inside the bank about 3 people, and one person tell me, say, I build the first school for you. So when you you want to improve your future, you forget your focus, you retain your direction, and you for speak that language. You for talk continuously, or else not just talk. No action, not it. And then the last one, you for be somebody where you for be honorable. Honorable in the sense that you forget integrity, and for build that integrity there, you for show honor to the people where you they work with. How you they show them? You they show them in all kinds of way. If you honor the people where say now then they feed you, then go continue for feed you. If you show integrity, then go honor you, even if then they feed you. So when you put all this here together, it will continue for help you for focus on your future, regardless of what thing they go on. By the way, a problem for no problem invitation for let you get a reward. Every problem gets a reward. COVID, it they reward people right now, big time. It they reward people millions. By the time COVID they done, some companies then go turn billion or $1 billion company. So every problem na invitation to a reward. So when you see something around you where you find out in a problem, focus your energy for let you build a vision. And that vision, they will give you a direction where you will routinely continue for follow. When you start something, not they come with the benefit right away. You go ask questions to anybody where they do well now. It will tell you, say, where you start, my brother. Nothing not be the go on, and nobody not be they respect the process. But what happen? Then people indeed they've been focused, they've been get direction, they've been build a routine, they continue for speak that language. They act honorably. As a result, they qualify for day side and day. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you they continue for come down from college, or you they continue for grow up, or in a business, get them tear down. If you continue for focus on what you want to accomplish, believe you me, if somebody somewhere one day go step up. Because if you they do good job, people and they wait and go make sure say you succeed. Thank you so much, Triple A.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, caller, they live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Yeah, I'm here to talk to.
Yes, sir. You get up to 5 minutes, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you. First thing I want to talk about is I'm the reading the thread just now. Somebody, I think my sister asked you to talk about bad governance. When was the last time Salon get good governance in that country? There? Can somebody tell me when? Since we get independence, we not claim up, we just the good long no more. Some people go say war take place. Yeah, war done ever since, but we just the good long no more. And make I just say that every day na another birthday. And this lady being doing they talk about this Mongofoli guy. I say myself, well, look at the guy in profile, I read small but the guy, I was shocked. The guy what he don't do for a country, just unfortunate no more he died. The praises the way people they sing about the guy and the country, they show the overview, how in country look like. And that country they almost get independence just around the same time like Sierra Leone, Senegal, Kenya, Ghana, Guinea, to name a few. What happened to Salon, man? Why didn't people then just sit down more? They let that country, they just collapse, you know? And somebody they talk to them use this lady the information when they audit the last government, and this government then use for push themselves forward. At that time, they didn't find any flaws, but now the same thing they do right now in the find flaws. They want to knock them off the pedestal and put their own person there, we go support their agenda. What's wrong with these people in a salon, for God's sake? Let's make these politicians, then these ministers, they not go sit down in their quiet moment and say, boy, this is do so. Let's work for this country. Who's kind of hate them guide and they didn't get me? What make them they do this country so? But again, would they say the people and they suffer, of course, which is true. But if you look at the whole game, they're not the one that will wear the suits. They're not the one that will feel inside the suits, they pinch them. But look at how they behave in the country. I just watched one clip yesterday where they go open some kind of party office in Freetown. Where they sit down, they no more just they clap. Because if you're hungry, you don't get food for it. You begin to get nappy or the app out and call everything, and you don't go sit down, they go clap us. Somebody will open office and you know provide job for you. So sometimes we can feel sorry for them, but the onus is on them themselves until they get to the back of their head and say, this is not right. There's not much we can do. We will just talk no more today. We will talk the same thing tomorrow. But the ball is in their court. What do we go do? You know, they need to mobilize themselves because now they did it, and they feel them. We're not talking, we're going to talk, we'll go give them advice. You know? At the same time, that makes me to talk about one guy who I know, Tripoli. This guy, na guy where he really the tower, you know, he never give up. Because sometimes I remember one guy they accuse me say like a million lost interest per salon. It's not that we lost interest. We just tired, you know. But AAA, because of AAA in tower, when the tower, it gives some of us hope. And AAA also exhibits the traits of one of in guidance and production, Pasadai. People don't make up in mind. Pastor die. You know, who would listen to them things and they give us courage, you know, say, okay, Lord, they're on the wagon for now. Even though not three wheel, but three wheel self not tricycle, you know. If you end up on two wheel, then they don't talk Okada. Some of we gonna think of jumping off, you know. But right now we still on board, you know. That's my submission.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
All right, man.
Yeah. I see a lot, even Michael asked, say, in hope, say, after the cyber law, they not go the arrest or go salon. Ah, well? Let them pass on first. Then let us see how it begin for all water. But the hypocrisy, they want the way they pump money in a salon get enough on itself. The hypocrisy way they get. We see KKY say don't begin ask for they don't begin call them out. But now the one the way we feel see, then count better for we. But we check good one. They don't have any good plan for us. No, they don't. So outside and see say a good office like the audit service, they under attack now. Nobody is talking. And if they go to media back, they will say, you know, see, we World Bank they do because they know so they do well. You know, see where IMF they give because they know so they do well. Now they cut back. Oh, no, say we never could talk again no more. That's the one and they glad with them. They are good to go. We don't do well. 20 more minutes for make we do 5 hours now. A lot of things they happen. but it's not the love for Sierra Leone. And they bring we come. But that same love day, we pray say one day politicians them go get them. Not get much for say again. But I guess we'll take a break. Enjoy the rest of our weekend. Keep yourself safe. Go rest tomorrow. We'll go join the YV on Sunday. And we will come here back on Monday energized with a new topic. Till we meet again. Triple C. Tata.